Mogul life. Mogul life. Had to come out of the struggle. Now I be dodging the trouble. I don't be making it rain, though I came up from the puddle. I be investing in things, making my little money double.
Peace, kings and queens. You're now tuned in with Ramel, the young mogul. And today, I'll be giving you some information. So just do me a favor, like, comment, and share. Send this over to a family, friend, cousin, aunt who's gonna need this information. And make sure at the end of this video, you subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how college students can become real estate investors. So, you guys know that I do a lot of seminars. I give out a lot of information. I take pride in giving out the information that we need to succeed as a community, as young millennials, as professionals, aspiring moguls, right? And there's a gap in the college community because we're taught to become workers. We're taught to go out, get a good job, pay off your debt, retire, hope you get a pension. You depend on Social Security. There's a lot of the myths that they tell us. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the job. We need a lot of people who have careers, but I'm a firm believer in diversifying your income. I work as well, so, I never talk down on anybody that works, but you want to make sure that you have multiple streams of income. And for myself, I have multiple streams of income, and I started out in college. And I really like to share my story and impact others that may have come from the same background as myself. And it may be people that's in college and they're figuring out, how do I make it in life? How am I supposed to pay off this debt? How am I supposed to navigate through life and I haven't been given all the tools to be an entrepreneur? So I'm going to break down how you as a college student can definitely become an entrepreneur. Now, before I get into my lecture, I'm going to give you background about myself. 26-year-old business professional, entrepreneur, and aspiring mogul. I graduated the University of Albany, where I graduated. I obtained my bachelor's in business management. I was hired on with a billion-dollar corporation, started out as a sales rep, worked my way up to a district manager. I've been able to leverage that experience and money to go out and buy real estate and start my real estate company. From my real estate company, I generated income and purchased a franchise, launched a nonprofit organization, and so many other projects that I have going on. But it all started with me being in college and reprogramming my mindset. So I want anyone that, if you've been to college or if you just graduated, or if you're out, a couple years, or if you're even going to college, this video is for you. This video is for you. There's nothing wrong with going to college as long as you know that you have a game plan and that you're going to really know, the rules of the game. Make sure that you have an exit strategy. How are you going to make it through without being in debt? How are you going to make it through to make sure that you're able to fund your education? These are the things we want to think about. And I remember being in my dorm room, a junior. I being in my dorm room and I came across a video on WorldStar with King J. Morrison. And he was talking about wake up, invest in real estate. We have to be more financially literate. And I was inspired by this video and I said, I need to change my life. I was in my college dorm broke, had no money. I was actually really using credit cards to buy clothes to go to the parties. I was using credit cards to buy things that was not bringing me any money and found myself in a ton of debt with bad credit in a bad situation. But once I started to learn the tools, I reprogrammed myself and I put myself in a better position. So I'm going to talk about the things that I've done. So this is not things that I'm just talking about. These are things that I've done and I know that it'll work for you. So this is for my college students, or even if you're not in college, you can also utilize these strategies, okay? Now, the first way to become a real estate investor is one-on-one home ownership. We may think that home ownership is far-fetched as a college student, but it's really not. Many of us live off campus, right? As a freshman in most colleges, it's mandatory for you to live on campus, which is fine. But after that, and you become a sophomore, a junior, a senior, you now have the option to live off campus. And I know this because I was in college. I lived off campus and it was a two-family house with 5 other roommates. Each person had a room. So you, as an entrepreneur with the real estate investor mindset, you can capitalize off this college market, right? So we have what we call FHA, okay? First-time home buyers program, where if you are a first-time home buyer, all you have to do is put down 3.5%. That's it, 3.5%. And some of you may say, hey, what if I don't have the money to purchase a house? Listen, that's when you need a job. All you need is a job to show some type of payment history. Okay, so you can get a part-time job working at the mall. You can get a part-time job working like work study. As long as you're able to show that you're responsibly having a paper trail, that is really the overlying factor that may hinder you, right? The second thing is to get a multi-family. So this is the whole concept, right? Say you're living down off campus, right? And you have 2 units, it's 1 and 2. In these 2 units, it's 3 bedrooms per house. So you got 3 bedrooms here, 3 bedrooms here. That is a total of 6 bedrooms, okay? You can live in 1 unit in 1 bedroom and rent out the other 5 as a college student. And you know, the rent off campus is much cheaper than the tuition rent on campus. So a lot of kids are gonna want to come and live off campus with you. And it's the cool thing to do. It's the cool thing for everybody to live off campus, have roommates who split the money. But why not be the owner? It's very possible. So let's just say you have a $100,000 house in the area. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this on a different page. I'm gonna break this down. So we're gonna go into home ownership on a different page. I wanna go into this in more detail for you guys, okay? We have this house. You got 1 unit, you got 2 unit. In each floor, you have 3 bedrooms, okay? This house costs $100,000. All you have to do is put down 3.5%. 3.5%, let's just say you have to put down $3,500. That's not a lot of money. You know how you can get this? Refund check. All my college students, I'm pretty sure we all know about refund checks. This is the check that you get after when you get a student loan and you have a remaining balance that's owed to you. Most of us take the refund check and we go and spend it on Louis, Gucci, Prada, or we go and spend it on, bottles to go out to the club or to pregame and have house parties, right? No, let's be smart. Let's utilize our refund check so that we can put down a down payment on a house. This is the smart way to go about it. You can take the refund check, utilize that as your down payment. Now you live in unit 1 in 1 bedroom. You rent out the other 3 bedrooms. Let's just say you're charging each person $300. $300 for 5 units. That's $1,500 a month. You're making $1,500 a month by charging your roommates just $300 each. And now your mortgage on this $100,000 house is probably going to be about $800, something around that area, not too much. You're going to pay off the mortgage, and then you still have about, $600 or $700 left. So if you take the $1,500 and you pay your mortgage, which is $800, and then you still have $700 left over as a college student. Who wouldn't want that? It makes sense. So stop complaining and saying that, oh, I cannot be a real estate investor while I'm in college. I do not have money. I do not have the resources. Yes, we do have the resources right in front of us. Let's just be strategic. This is what I did. For 2 years straight, I saved all my refund checks plus my working income because I had 2 jobs while I was in college. And we can create our schedule to be able to get a good job to start, paying. But this is the way we can go about it. Home ownership is key. Let's utilize FHA for first-time home buyers. 3.5% down. Okay? We got that? Check. Now, going back to the next strategy, which is wholesaling. Many of us may not feel that we are in position to become homeowners, which you are, but if you want to make some quick cash, investors like myself and so many investors are always eager to find properties in the college area because those are the growing areas. Those college campuses are not going anywhere. There's always going to be students. Every year there's going to be turnaround. So the rental rates are very, very high. So if you're able to find below the market properties and sell the contracts to a buyer, you can make money in between. So we'll go through wholesaling quickly, 101. This is wholesaling 101. Let's just say you have this house right here, and this is you on this side, and this is a buyer on this side. Okay? All you need to do is find this property first. Get it for a low price because most of the times these properties are distressed. You have to find a property that a homeowner may go through a foreclosure. They may be an empty nester, whatever the case may be. You find below market properties, and let's say this property is worth $100,000, but you're able to get it for $50,000. You can sell this contract over to the buyer for $60,000, and then 60 minus 50, you'd have made $10,000 just by being a wholesaler. So you're not even leveraging no credit, no money, nothing. This is a one-time transaction, and that can be the money to start investing and actually owning, because the ultimate goal is to own the most. He who owns the most wins. He who owns the most units wins. That adds to your net worth. It adds to your, your residual rental income. This is where we want to be. The next way we can become real estate investors is to intern. It is okay to be an intern in college. That's the cool thing, to work for limited money, but for more resources. So you can find a real estate investor in your area and just work for them and just, do paperwork. They'll teach you how to find deals. They'll show you all the ins and outs, and you just take everything in. And then ultimately, at some point, you'll be able to go out and fish on your own, or they might hire you on their team. I've seen it happen before. Internships are very, very important. Now, the last step that I'm talking about in regards to becoming a real estate investor as a college student is to get your real estate license. Now, some of us may not want to jump straight into home ownership, so you can go and take a real estate course online. It costs, between $200-400 in between there. You can take an online real estate licensing course and get your license and then go work for a broker, and you'll start making money by renting out college units. So all of the properties off campus that college kids are looking to move into, you can be the one that show them these properties and get paid off of every rental lease. You can get paid off of the sale of these homes when the homeowners buy these homes. This is a way to get in. And then you want to stack up your money and ultimately become a homeowner, because that is the end game. Become a homeowner. These are ways to get there, but we can do it. We're in college. We're having fun. Yes, it's cool. But when you graduate, the real world will be looking at you right in the face. But what are you going to do to prepare yourself? That's the question that I want each of you that's watching this video to really digest. After your 4 years or 6 years in college, whatever degree you're going for, what are you going to do after that? What is your plan? Are you set up for success? Most of the times, we are struggling to find a job after college. So why not invest in some real estate while you're in college so that when you do get out, you still have some passive income to float you until you find your dream job? In my situation, I was able to find a job right away, but a lot of my friends didn't. But I followed this blueprint. So this is what I have for my college students. Pass on this information to a friend, a family member, that's anybody that's going away to school. This is for you. This is how you pay off your debt. This is how you get ahead of the curve and learn how to control the system instead of letting the system control you. This is all I have for you guys. Stay tuned for everything that we have coming up. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Making of a Mogul.
Mogul life. Mogul life. Yeah, Mogul life.